Is this on, everybody? I'm guessing it's on, right? Since I kind of see comments a lot more now. Did you speak to them in English? No, it was like in Japanese, but like that was like one of the most hardcore experiences ever. And Sato, thank you so much for the donation too. And so I actually got their permission to talk about this. Cause it's like one of the cases like that's freaking on the TV everywhere. Abroad in Japan の話もするけどちょっと後でさせて。Yeah, let me talk about the abroad in Japan's. Let me talk about abroad in Japan's video later. But I just wanted to talk about this situation more than anything because I just wanted to do it for views, for content. Cause I kind of feel like I have to talk about this now. To just make myself feel better, I guess. Permission, yeah, I got their permission, yes, like straight up. Like I actually talked to them and I'm like, hey, can I talk about this? But yeah, so let me just explain what happened. And this stream is there so that if you guys are in Japan, you will probably deal with something like this too, probably. So let me explain. And this is actually one of like the most insane cases ever. So how I got a phone call from the police. Let me just start from this actually. I got a phone call. 1:30, I think. Yeah, I think I got a call at 1:30ish p.m. in Japan time. So like about 9 hours ago actually. And then this is quite really interesting. Actually, you know what? No. Oh yeah, I got a phone call at 1:31 p.m. and the call lasted for 17 minutes. Okay, and I kind of want to just put the number here, but I'm not gonna really do it here. So what happened was this. I was just like doing my work, and suddenly I got this phone call from this. Do you guys know what this means? Do you guys know what this means? Before anything. Yeah, so Lars, you guessed it right. It's US. This means US. So I was like, what the fuck is happening here? Yeah, so like I was like, US? So if I ever get a call from the US, that usually means one thing. There's like only one thing. I never get calls from like any American numbers. Because like when I talk to my American friends, whatever, like I usually use Discord or like Line or like whatever stuff, right? So I never really use this like at all. So when I get a phone call from an American number, 100% of the time, that's from YouTube. 100%. 知ってるか? One Japanese person noticed it. でも俺本当にその後警察と話すためになったっていう。ちなみにマジの警察と話す話に なりましたっていう。So it was like 1+1 and I kind of can just like put the number here, but I feel like I can actually get sued for that. I'm not gonna do it. Thank you. XRPaycom. I hope you're the best. He has 5 Brazilian reais. Thank you so much for the donation. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I really appreciate it. I picked up the call, and basically, they said, like, so this is basically me, right? Holding my phone like this. Like doing this, right? And they said, hi, is this Mr. Nishimatsu's... Okay. This is Mr. Is this it was like all in Japanese, okay? Is this Mr. Nishimatsu's number? And I was like, what? And this whole thing is like in Japanese, okay? This whole thing in Japanese. Is this Mr. Nishimatsu's phone number? And I'm like, what happened? I just basically acted like I didn't know like anything because like it's kind of dangerous to assume, like not assume, like just outright say like yes to that because like some people just call you to make sure it's your phone number. It's actually a thing. So I was like, what? Right? And then they said, so is this Kiyomi Nishimatsu the guy who's in Japan? And I'm like, this person knows my phone number and my actual name, and he knows I'm in Chiba. Something's going on here. And I'm like, yes. And then this guy basically said, oh, I am from Tokyo police, basically. So Tokyo Tocho, like Keishicho, right? Tokyo Keishicho. And you're now a suspect. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I was like, what the fuck did I even do? Because like when I do things, like I usually make sure I'm not doing anything like illegal, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And then I'm like, what happened? And then this dude is like, your bank account. Do you know you have a bank account? A PayPay bank account? And I was like, what does that even mean? PayPay bank account? I don't even have anything. And then he's like, oh, by the way, are you there by yourself? Are you working right now? And I'm like, no, I am not working. I'm actually working, but like I'm like by myself here. And then he goes like, oh, this is something like, we are working on, this is still like under investigation, so you cannot talk about this with any other people. If you do, that's illegal basically. And he's like, sure. So what is happening? So from here though, like, this is something like I cannot really talk about, they say. And then, so according to them, they're like, there's like this guy who is basically using bank accounts to generate money. Long story short, money laundering. And my bank account is one of the accounts that's used for the crime. And I'm like, sure. And I'm like, I don't remember owning a bank account, like PayPay bank account. So I don't know what's happening, but are you really from the police? Because I just checked the phone number and it says +1. That's an American number. And they say, oh, yes, we are from Tokyo police. And like this guy actually sounded so Japanese too, like actually. We are from Tokyo police, but when we call people, we have to use this number. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? And by the way, yeah, a lot of you guys are guessing this right too. It's a fake police officer, but I actually had to talk to actual police after this. What a freaking wild like day too. So, long story short, yeah, something is happening. It's not like just a scam. It's not that situation. My freaking private info's out there now. It's that situation. Chill, okay? And OMG, finally a stream that is not member exclusive. Yeah, I've been kind of just like doing a lot of like streams. I was like streaming yesterday too. It's not like, oh yeah, like it's a scam. Oh, it's not that like easy situation. It's not that situation. My freaking info was like probably like being sold right now too. I don't know what's happening actually. It's not that. So like I was like, okay, so my bank account is used for a crime. Okay, I get that part, but so how did you get my phone number? And they say, oh, it's just, your bank account is used for the crime, right? So we just had to do like this process and then we got your information. And I'm like, okay, so this is like this is like the simplest thing ever. Can you tell me how old I am, my address, my phone number, and other information. They actually said everything outright. And it was correct, yes. So I was like, what the fuck is happening here? Right. It's not the scammers asking for info. No, I asked them. No, it was the other way around. I'm telling you, like, it's not that situation. It's not like, oh yeah, like this guy's trying to. It's not that situation. Like this person's calling me with my phone number, knowing my name, my address. Actually, it was right too. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? So. Social engineering. I think it might be one of those things too. What's the area code? The 3 digits. Let me actually say it here, 816. Do you know what that is? 816. Did you pay them to stop investigating? No. Well, what is 816? Midwest America. Missouri. But yeah, so they basically said, like, let me just get back to what I was talking about. Kansas, okay. They basically said, like, oh yeah, so like this is your information. Your phone number is this, your name is Kyumi Nishimatsu, you are 32, and your address is this. And you made the bank account in this year. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Right? So I was like, okay, so you guessed my thing wrong. I mean, you guessed my thing right. And they're like, yeah, because again, like, we actually went through all the processes to get that. And I'm like, so what am I supposed to do? And then they said, so this guy called Okamura is basically the culprit. And he's basically stealing people's money using like bank accounts. And your account is one of them too. Do you know the person, Okamura? And I'm like, no. And I don't know who that is. And I actually don't know a lot of Japanese people around me anymore. Like, I kind of do remember all the Japanese people's names, but I hang out with non-Japanese people a lot more. So I can just kind of say all the Japanese names, but Okamura, I don't know any people that are named like that. And then they went like, oh, I didn't expect that. And I'm like, yeah, because again, like I do this like a YouTube thing. I'm not going to say what, but usually I'm surrounded by non-Japanese people. So that's quite rare, right? And then they were like, so you have to go to Ibaraki police station. Like they told me, like, Ibaraki police station. And you have to, so I want you to basically cooperate with us. Because now you're a suspect and like, we want you to tell us what's going on. And I'm like, sure. Okay. But Ibaraki is kind of far because I'm in Chiba. Do I really have to go to Ibaraki for that from Chiba? Can I somehow go to Tokyo instead? Or even Chiba? And then they're like, so what's happening is Okamura, this dude, is from Tokyo, but he went to a lot of like different prefectures. And I think he got arrested in Ibaraki. And then he has my cash card, he says. And I'm like, okay. So they want to know if I'm involved. Right? That's basically the situation. And then I'm like, okay, so I get it now. Ibaraki is kind of far. I cannot really go there. But if you really want me to go to Ibaraki to prove my innocence, I can do it too. But when do you think I should actually go to Ibaraki police station? And they're like, any day is fine. But when would you like to? They said, right? Well, so before anything, I still don't 100% trust you because like this is like a sudden like phone number. And I actually did Google your number, but I cannot find any information about you guys. And you say I'm supposed to go to Ibaraki, which is kinda really, really rare from what I've experienced so far. Because usually you guys show up at my house. So what is happening? And then they said, oh, again, like, it's like under investigation. It's like not that. It's not in the phase where we have to show up. And I'm like, okay, then I'll just go to Ibaraki Station. May I have your name? And they're like, oh, okay. My name is this from like Ibaraki, from like a Tokyo police station. I'm like, okay, so that's actually good. And then I got a message from a friend of mine on Discord. So I was like, wait, let me just reply to my friend because I got a message on Discord. And then I was typing. And then I was like, talking to the dude on the phone at the same time. And I was like, so I'm really extremely careful about this, but I've been watching a lot of like videos of like people getting scammed and stuff on YouTube. And think so social engineering is very common. And the dark web or Telegram has a lot of people trying to sell hacked information. A way to counter-strike this is by provide fake unique information for unnecessary website service so that you know who leak it. Thank you so much. But I actually do this one thing too. I didn't want to really say it, but let me just kind of like leak my info here too, okay? So basically I said like, oh, I just don't know if this is like real or this is like some kind of like a scam, so I don't know what's happening. And then they basically said, okay, so like, can you call Ibaraki police station? Because that way you'll figure out what that is more. And then they basically like hung up like instantly. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. So then I Googled Ibaraki police station. Then I called them basically. This thing. This number. That's Ibaraki police station. This thing I can actually put it on the internet because it's out there. That's Ibaraki police station, like actually. So, and if you call this number, you'll be talking to like police station. So be careful, by the way. And no, it's the actual like police station in Ibaraki. I called them and they're like, I don't know what's going on, and I'm like, oh, so I heard I'm a suspect now because my bank account is getting used for things. And the culprit is called Okamura something. May I talk to you guys about this? Because I have no idea what's happening. And then I was talking to a lady, and the lady was like, okay, so like let me just bring a guy for this, and you can talk to the dude and like figure out what's happening. And then I was like waiting for like 5 minutes, and I was like, And then the dude who is in charge of the whole like thing basically showed up, and I was like, so I heard, I'm now a suspect because there's a guy called Okamura that got arrested recently, and Okamura apparently has a bank account. My bank account, and he's using like that for like money laundering purposes. So what's going on? And the dude basically said, well, I'm not sure what case that is. I am not aware of like anything like that. And I'm like, okay, then can you explain what's happening? And then the dude was like, can you explain what's happening? So I was like, oh, I got a phone call from this American number. They insisted that they are Tokyo police, right? And like they wanted me to call you. And somehow they actually knew my name. I didn't even say my name, but they got it right. My age, they got it right. My address, they got it right. And of course, my phone number. So can you guess what's happening? And the dude, the Ibaraki police station, like the dude who works for Ibaraki police station basically told me like, I'm sorry to tell you this, but that's a scam. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And that dude is like, so usually what happens is they try to isolate you from like everybody else. That's probably why, that dude told me to like not talk to anybody else, right? And I'm like, yeah, right. They told me that. Like they told me if I'm like actually by myself 100%. And like they told me I cannot talk about it with anybody else because like that's illegal because it's under investigation. And the freaking, the police officer like started laughing. Like he's like, oh, that's dumb. And I'm like, yeah, I just didn't know what was happening. And then the police officer was like, so basically the how they do it is so my information is actually out there on the internet. I think it's like actually getting sold. But here's the thing. I actually have like a fake info out there too. I'm not gonna tell you how it works, but because of like how my life is, that thing, it's still fake actually. I'm not gonna really explain like how, but that thing is actually fake. So I knew the dude got the fake information, but that fake information was something you actually have to get from like those companies. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? Papa leaks your info. Yes, but like that's still like fake information. Like still like because of like my life made fake info. I cannot explain, but like whatever you can find actually is all fake. There's like no Sora troll like information, but the government knows about this actually. I did a lot of things here. So I knew like it was a fake. So basically I told the police like, oh, this is like what's happening. So like it's actually not my information. But to get that information though, they actually probably did something because like that's actually like what I have on the surface level. So it's not true entirely, but it's true. It's a long story. I cannot really say it. So the police was like, oh, okay, so if that's the situation, unfortunately, people usually buy personal information from companies. Like, that's a real thing. And I'm like, fuck, really? Yeah, and then the information usually gets sold on the internet, or like they just like sell the information to like some random people directly, and then it's just your information's there, so like they try to scam you with it. And I'm like, fuck, really? So basically, how they do it is they try to isolate you, as I just said, from like other people. And then they say like, oh yeah, your bank account is used for money laundering purposes. And then they'll tell you to send all the money you have to the police station's bank account because they want to make sure if the money you have is actually real or not. That's like basically what they say. And this is like one of the most famous scams right now in Japan, like for a month, I heard. It's like what's happening everywhere. And it's so obvious. Like if I hear that thing though, like that's just so obvious. Like I would have been like, yeah, dude, what the fuck? Like that's obviously a scam. I would have said that. But according to the police officer, yeah, like according to the actual police officer, he's like, oh yeah, like obviously people don't fall for it. But the old ones and the people who actually don't know how things work, they always fall for it. It's usually the old ones. So in my case, like obviously I didn't even fall for like any of that too, right? But either way, my info is leaked. It's fake still. It's still fake information, but it's there now. And that part is real either way. So it's getting sold. I don't know how. I don't really care because it's not the real information, but I was like, what the fuck? And then the police officer just told me not to even like deal with that. Just block the number, he told me. And the police officer, this is the funniest part. But then I told my actual information to Ibaraki police station. So like now they have it. Because they wanted to make sure, right, about me. And I just said like, oh yeah, my name is this. My name is Kiyomi Nishimatsu. And like, I'm in Chiba. But this is the real thing. And this is like how it is. So if you got anything, let me know. And then I was like, hey, is it fine for me to talk about this on my channel? Because I just kind of wanted to make fun of myself. At the same time, I want everybody to know like how that works. And then the police officer is like, oh, so we cannot really tell you can do that or not because again, I'm not really sure like how that works. And I'm like, so okay, so if I ever want to do it, it's just all up to me, right? Like I have to deal with like all the problems. If I ever get sued, it's my problem, right? And the police officer is like, yes. So if they try to ever do something to you, you have to deal with it yourself, and you cannot really rely on the police officer, like the police, like us. And I'm like, okay, so I can still make fun of the whole situation, meme about it on my channel, but I'm not gonna really rely on it. Do you think that would be fine with us? Is it illegal? And the police officer basically said, yes, you can, I guess, do that, but if anything ever happens to you, you cannot do anything about it. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. So then I hang up the call, and now I'm here. But long story short, yeah, so the first one was a scam, but the insane part is my fake info. It's still fake, but that thing is somehow getting sold like on dark web or something. Like that's like the most insane part actually. I still like don't know what's happening. Like as to that part though, I still like don't know. Like again, according to the police officer, like they that dude still thinks like my information is getting sold on the internet. But that's still like, I don't know, man. I still like don't know how that happened. この授業面白そうだからプライベートにしないの嬉しい。Yeah, but that's basically it. So then, I wanted to talk about this whole thing though, but I know you guys wanted me to react to this. Chris Broad's latest video. Do you guys still like want me to kind of talk about this here? If so, I'll do it now. And then yeah, I'll probably just like keep the stream public too. Let me just change the title and let me just change the thumbnail too, so everybody knows what we are doing here. The whole like police situation is now over, but be careful everybody. If you ever like deal with like anything like that, I don't think it's that common though, like what I experienced straight up, like your information like getting sold and stuff. I don't know if it's gonna happen to you or not, but yeah, let me just change the title here. As to abroad in Japan's latest video. Alright, everybody. Alright, so that's basically what happened. And I might actually get a phone call from them again, like the actual police officer, depending on like how things go. But that's basically what's happening. And thank you, Emo. I think the Japanese telecom provider is doing a good job that does not allow caller ID spoof. A few years ago in China, the scammer may not be Chinese that uses this to make some very successful scams as 110. I'm not really sure what you were saying here, but thank you so much for the donation. Yeah, thank you so much for the donation. I don't really know what that means, but I really appreciate it still. Anyways. Let me talk about this thing, and this stream is gonna be public too. I will probably leave this too. I feel sorry for Chris because like now I'm freaking reacting to this and being like that, like one of those like a react tubers right now. But let me just leave this stream public so people can like watch the first part later. Anyways,
films. You know, we're often taught in Hollywood films that the bad guys don't get to win, that there's consequences for your actions, right? But the older you get, the more you realise that simply isn't the case. I've been lucky to do this 12 years now, and in that time I've witnessed YouTube empires rise and fall. Hell, I've witnessed my stomach and waistline rise and fall, subsequently rise again, unfortunately. And amidst those 12 years...
by the way, I was actually talking about this too, but do you know how YouTubers like have definitely like... the other faces? Do you know what I'm talking about? So like, let me actually talk about this before even like Chris Broad talks about this. YouTubers 100%, including myself, like they have the other faces. Like what you see on YouTube is not who they are. Okay 100%. Remember everybody, what you see on YouTube is not really who they are. Okay, that's 100%. If you didn't know that, that's interesting. Like YouTubers are YouTubers. That's different. Like there's like this like strong boundary between who we really are versus who we are on YouTube. I think a caller ID spoof is that a service to change your phone number to whatever. So when the receiver gets the call will appear to be like from other numbers. I get it now. That part, yeah, I get it. But like there were some things I didn't really understand fully. But thank you so much either way.
Can pinpoint the worst moment of my whole career without hesitation, the absolute low point of it all. 6 years ago, on a cold winter's morning, a Japanese news crew turned up to my apartment from the biggest morning news show in the country called Mezamashi Terebi. I'd been contacted because something awful had happened, and I'd been asked to explain why. One of the world's biggest YouTubers at the time had turned up and done some really messed up things, from throwing Pokemon balls at police officers and terrorizing the public.
Oh, by the way, do you think Logan Paul is like hated in Japan? By the way, I actually want to know about this. Do you think Logan Paul is like even hated in Japan? No. So like, long story short, I don't think Japanese people care about this. They probably forgot. No, it's one of the things like people outside of Japan talked about, but people inside of like people that are in Japan actually didn't know Logan Paul was like causing problems, kind of, actually. So you know how a lot of you guys say like, oh my gosh, Logan Paul ruined Japan, or like Johnny Somali ruined Japan. You know, like, that's a thing. As far as I remember, I don't really think Japanese people even talked about it. Yeah, some like YouTubers talked about it, like, you know, Utah. But they are the YouTubers like that know, you know, what happens outside of Japan and stuff too. So inside of Japan, I don't really think any people actually even knew about Logan Paul. And then some people, yeah, disliked Logan Paul, yeah. But do you know why Logan Paul got hate though, by the way? Do you even know why? There's like this clear difference. I mean, not boundary. There's like difference between like what you guys thought was insane versus what we thought was insane. There's like a clear difference here. Can you guess why Logan Paul got hate by some certain Japanese people? Aoki got a body. Yeah, the thing is, like, I don't think that was the case for Japanese people. So like, for Japanese people though, I actually did some research about this when that was a thing. So Logan Paul got hate for like filming a dead body and like putting it on YouTube, basically, right? In Japan, though, I don't really think that was the reason he got hate. I think he got hate for basically doing this, or like causing problems, basically like a Johnny Somali thing, where he causes problems to generate views. I think Japanese people got mad about that actually more than anything. So yeah, there was like clear difference between Japanese people versus foreign people. I don't know. I actually don't know. And thank you, MK. Is Logan Paul still a thing? Yeah. I mean, now everyone hates his new puppet, Tak Twa. You mean Hak Twa? Girl and her crypto rug pull. Yes, thank you so much for the donation. He got hate for being a nuisance. Yeah, but a lot of like you guys actually, a lot of like non-Japanese people out there think he got hate for filming a dead body. In Japan though, I think he got some hate for just causing problems, like more than anything. Kind of like the same for like Johnny Somali. But did everybody know about him? Not really.
To going into a forest and filming something so horrific, I can't even explain what it is, because it would instantly have this video blacklisted.
Well, you never stand next to a dead guy?
I was really embarrassed to be associated with this in any way. But as a foreign YouTuber in Japan, I was the closest thing the TV show had to the guy in question, right? And I had to sit and explain to several million people why a foreign YouTuber would so brazenly exploit the dead for views. Not a normal situation, right? Sitting in your apartment, 9 a.m, surrounded by cameras, having to explain that. What do you even say? You know? And in a normal world, what that guy did would have been a career-ending move.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment.
If not that, then perhaps another video he posted.
Is he still actually around though? Wait, can I actually see if... Oh yeah, he is still a thing, because didn't he... Yeah, he's still a thing.
Just weeks later, tasering dead animals and attempting to give CPR to a koi carp that he'd pulled out of the water.
Lapse in my judgment.
And in the years since, the headlines surrounding this guy have continued to spell bad news. There's not been much in the way of a redemption arc.
Severe lapse in my judgment.
With all that in mind, you can probably imagine my disappointment when Mr. Beast, the world's biggest YouTuber...
So, for the people who are not caught up with, like, who haven't caught up with this whole, like, Mr. Beast thing, I have no idea either, actually. I have no idea as to like what Mr. Beast did, but it really seems like the situation's like he really wants to be the best YouTuber, so he would kind of do anything for views. It's basically why he's getting hate. It seems like. I don't really know. I seriously don't know. You guys know more about him, okay? I seriously have no idea what he did and why he's getting hate. So I kind of talked about this on my channel too, like, oh, Mr. Beast getting hate, whatever, but I still don't know, actually. He didn't pay the people who performed eye surgeries on people. Okay. So there's like a lot of like basically fake content, I guess, on his channel, and he's getting hate for that too. But again, I have no idea. I literally have no idea. So like I know that he has armpit hair. Like that's really it. I mean, I can kind of imagine his armpit hair, but that's really it. So I'm not gonna really talk about this part. Watch all more Pegasus videos on the Mr. Beast drama. It's more like I don't really care about the whole Mr. Beast thing. It's just kind of how it is. Yeah, is what I have to say. I don't know, man. I don't know. Is it really fun? I just really don't know, man. I just really don't have like much time. If I ever want to watch like the videos about Mr. Beast, I want to just like watch videos about my ass or something. I feel like that's more productive. Maybe I'm stupid.
Partnered with this guy, Logan Paul, and endorsed him to an audience of over 300 million subscribers, many of them kids. Now it's an exciting month for Mr. Beast, particularly with the impending launch of the somewhat controversial Amazon TV.
Willing to die for Mr. Beast? What happened? Wait, did I miss something? Willing to die for Mr. Beast?
Of the somewhat controversial.
Oh. Wow, wait, this was really a thing? Really? Was it really a thing? I didn't know it was a thing. What the fuck? That's freaking hardcore. It is. Wait, like, did they have to like sign a contract or something? Like, oh yeah, will you die for Mr. Beast? Like, was it that situation? Yes, really? What the fuck? Wait, was it really? It's a clickbait title. Okay, so with Caitlyn. The contracts he made had a bunch of clauses. Okay.
Controversial Amazon TV show in which he allegedly spent $14 million constructing what appears to be a rainbow-coloured prison camp. Honestly, until this year, I didn't really have any opinions on Mr. Beast. His content isn't really aimed at me. Still, you look at the 300 million subscribers, the 200 million views per video, and it's hard to deny that that is an impressive achievement. And you have to wonder what drives someone to want all that. You know, where does that motivation come from? We're told that it comes from a desire to make the world a better place. It's about inspiring kids and highly publicised charity work. And even a cold-hearted cynic like me wants to think that the person at the top has
Dude, you know what though? So like, there's actually a meme in Japan. So if you get hate, you just have to like build like wells. It's actually a thing in Japan too. So like, there's like this one YouTuber group called Represent Fox. They got some insane hate. You know what they did? They went to Africa and they freaking built wells. Because like nobody can say no to that, right? So like now come to think of it, I really feel like it's basically the situation here too, because like who can say no to that? Who can say like F you to this, right? But yeah, so like as a guy who knows about the situation, you know, I can't situation as in like who knows what Represent Fox did. Now I feel like Mr. Beast kind of did this to just farm. Like, I guess I really feel like that's the situation here. But yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just stupid. Like, it's a meme now. Why are you not subscribed to Abroad in Japan? I'm not signed in. As in, like, I'm not logged in. This is not my account. Because if I'm freaking, like, logged in, I might leak my info again, right? He did it for views and money, which I don't really think is a bad thing, to be fair, because like if he's building wells and if he's like getting views and money, I think it's like a great situation. It's kind of like what I said before. So I still like don't know what's happening behind the scenes or anything, so I cannot really say anything. But for this video itself, I don't know. I don't really think it's a bad thing. But again, I know the situation where a Japanese YouTuber literally built wells to get likes. So yeah, that's what I can say here.
Cold-hearted cynic like me wants to think that the person at the top has a noble ambition, you know, that they're guided by something more than just a mask.
Yeah, like literally. Mr. Beast doesn't consider himself rich despite earning 700 million a year. Says his mom looks after his bank account. Oh. Wow. Oh. His mom is basically the accountant here. That's freaking fire. Wait, oh, and thank you so much for the donation. Yes, that Beast game show is real. Check channel Mr. Beast too. The trailer is up there. Thank you so much for the donation. I don't know if I want to watch Mr. Beast here, but I really appreciate it. But that's fire. Look at all the water wells, yo. That's so fire. I might have to do it too. So maybe I can farm likes too. You know, eventually I will get 1,000 likes in each video. That's fire. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Ambition for money, views, power. Maybe he really is a force for good. Oh wait, he just wanted to sell snack boxes to children.
I like my cheese drippy, bro.
Snack boxes that quickly appeared in photos shared online to have practically turned mould into a flavour profile. Yummy yum yum, shut up and give it to your kids. It's got an electrolyte in it. He partnered with a guy who not only did all the awful shit...
Didn't he make a burger chain called Beast Burger or something? He did, right? And didn't that burger place actually blow up in America and it's still a thing? No? Wait, so what has Mr. Beast made so far? So there's like Beast Burger, Beast Chocolate, I think, and Lunchly. Never heard of it. That's a huge thing in America, by the way. Feastables, yeah. So like basically, Mr. Beast is like going through the path of like making a huge company. Like this is like basically the same thing as like, you know, what like Apple, like Steve Jobs kind of like went through, like selling like different products and whatever, is how I see it. Okay. Didn't he even talk about like being a president, being the president of the US in the future? Am I wrong about this actually? Who? Mr. Beast. I think he would run. Okay. And then he wanted to buy Twitter as well, right? Like if Elon Musk dies, then he wants to buy or something. Didn't he actually say that on Twitter? He cheated donations. Huh. Like how? Mr. Beast want to be president. I know Mr. Beast wanted to be the president of the US because that's kind of like an achievement. And then like he wanted to buy Twitter is one thing. So I really feel like Mr. Beast is like that one person who wants to kind of like achieve a lot of different goals so far. That's just my impression. And thank you. This stone was not sponsored. Kiyomi, you should try Incogni. They can delete your leaked info from internet. Incogni.com/Sora for 40% discount. Thank you so much for the donation.
That I just listed off, but who recently turned one of the most important moments of his life, his wife's pregnancy, into one big billboard.
His wife's pregnancy? Wait, what?
For the aforementioned snack box. At first, it was very strange. Like, how could Mr. Beast, a guy who is famed for being a genius, who mastered the algorithm, how could he not calculate that partnering with such a man would be anything other than a shit idea? But perhaps it shouldn't come as a surprise, as this is literally the guy who once made a video saying Logan Paul's name 100,000 times.
Dude, do you guys know, like, so, do you guys know this guy, Mr. Beast, actually made a video where he's like literally talking shit about like PewDiePie once before just to get views from like kids. Do you guys know about that, by the way? He actually made a video. Like this is like when he was not huge, right? This is like when PewDiePie was like so huge. And Mr. Beast was like only like, he was just a young kid before. And Mr. Beast just wanted to know how YouTube works. And he just made this video where he talks shit about like PewDiePie, like, oh yeah, PewDiePie sucks, fuck PewDiePie. But like Mr. Beast admitted like that was just because he wanted to get views from like, you know, Skibidi Rizzlers basically. It was a fire video. I saw that and I was like, wow, Mr. Beast was like a lot different back then. And thank you, Emo. I still remember that when I was in the US, I see kids actually take the Lunchable as their lunch. Think about it. A few cracker, some cheese and sausage with juice. It is pathetic in an Asian standard. Oh, you're talking about like food, yeah. If you're talking about like food being bad in the States, like for kids, yeah, maybe, yeah. Well, thank you so much for the donation.
Several months before Logan Paul himself went into a Japanese forest and gave the world 100,000 reasons to forget his name.
Let me actually talk about this too. I really wanted to talk about this. So like, do you guys know what this forest is, by the way? I really have to make sure about something. Do you guys know what this forest is? So yes, what is this forest, everybody? Bear forest, yeah, it is. Yeah? It's a forest in Japan. The suicide forest. That's what everybody says, right? But it's not really. It's not like... So a lot of people think that like this is where you can see like dead bodies and whatever too. Yes, and the unfortunate part about this is like Logan Paul actually pulled a jackpot. So like he actually found the body he wanted to film for YouTube, right? So like now everybody thinks Aokigahara is a place where there are dead bodies, like there are freaking people dying. In reality, it's kinda not. It's more like just a forest, yeah, for hiking and exploring caves. Because let me talk about something. It's where I visited as a kid, like on a school trip. It's like that place too. So like I know it's like now a suicide forest, like it's like the most haunted place ever. But like to be fair, everywhere is haunted in Japan, right? So now a lot of people think like it's like the most insane place ever. Partially, maybe. I'm not gonna really deny the history, but I don't think it's that place because you actually see the insane like nature there actually. If you go there in summer, like everything's green and you see bears and you see boars and you see deer, the nature there, right? So, what I wanted to say is this forest is not really just like where you see dead bodies. It's not really like that purpose. It's actually kind of beautiful too. So I wanted to go there on stream. I cannot actually go inside and stream there though because like there's no internet connection. But I can kind of like just, you know, walk around the surface level. Like basically like I cannot go deep inside of it because no internet, right? But I can kind of just walk outside of the forest area and show you like all the signs and like all the history and stuff too. I might do it next week. That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah. What if you record a regular video? I don't really want to get in the forest because like there are bears and boars and stuff too. I don't want to deal with like those like things myself. So I'll just show you like what it's like. It's not anything crazy actually. It's seriously not anything crazy. It's kind of it's just a normal forest. Alone dangerous. Not really. Again, right, if you get inside and if you get lost, that's dangerous. It's like the same thing as like freaking hiking, like climbing a mountain. It's not anything that crazy actually. Again, I went there as a kid, right? When I was like 7 or something, on a school trip. So now you know like the story. But because of again, this thing, everybody now thinks it's like the most haunted place with people killing themselves. It's not really what's happening, even though there's actually like a history where that can happen actually, but I just wanted to tell you like a different perspective of this whole thing.
Who knows, saying a name 100,000 times, maybe it does something to you, you know, like a kind of crappy version.
Saying Logan Paul. So basically Mr. Beast was a Logan Paul fan too. Let's go. Should I do this too? Can I actually say like what? Abroad in Japan 100 times. Wait, can I do that in a stream? Wait, can I do that actually? Do you think I will get noticed by Mr. Beast? Not Mr. Beast. Abroad in Japan? I wanna, yeah, you know, can I do it though? Saying abroad in Japan 10,000 times. No, yeah, something like that. You know what? I'm not gonna do it. No, I'm not gonna do it. To summon Mr. Beast. No, to summon abroad in Japan. You have to do it 100,000 times. I just want to do it until he shows up. And he has to show up, like, if I do that. You know what I mean? I want to watch it. Dude, but, like, I don't want to waste your time. So I don't know if I really want to do it or not. But, yeah. You got noticed by Chris by sniffing the towels. Well, I mean, so, like, to be fair, I got noticed by Chris so many times on my channel, actually. He's shown up, like, 4 5 times, as far as I remember. He knows about my channel. But still, as an attention whore, I still want to do it. And thank you so much. I am agree with MO. As Southeast Asian, that Lunchable indeed very pathetic. We pack our lunch complete with meat and rice. Veggies optional. Thank you so much for the donation.
Of Inception. Maybe that's why he partnered with him. Or maybe it was the fact that Logan Paul's Drink Prime is selling hundreds of millions of dollars. And such a partnership was an opportunity simply too good to ignore. Now, until this year, any criticism of Mr. Beast was immediately the subject of much backlash, particularly due to his extensive charity work. Philanthropy can be a very powerful defensive mechanism. I still remember a year ago the backlash Jacksepticeye Sean received after he famously said that Mr. Beast was ruining YouTube and that YouTube became more about money than it did about having fun. Agree with it or not, it's not an unreasonable opinion to have, and we're all entitled to have our opinions, right? But like clockwork...
Do you guys actually think YouTube now is all about money? Imo, thank you. You never meet Chris, but you meet Dogen? I've never met Dogen either. Yes? Even I think it's kind of like that too. Let me talk about this. I've never met Dogen, no. I don't think I've ever said I've met Dogen before. I've never met Chris. I've met Chris on the internet. I've met Dogen on the internet, yes. So, I don't know what you mean by that, because I don't really think I've met Dogen. But I'm going to meet Dogen, actually, on stream, eventually. I wanted to stream with Dogen, and he said yes. But yeah, so, yeah, YouTube definitely became a place for money, too, 100%. Like, any channels that I see actually go for money, too. By the way, do you know how to see if a channel is just, like, only for money, though, by the way? Do you know, by the way, how... to see like if the channel is just kind of like a business channel where they are just like generating money? This is actually a great sign. Clickbait, no, it doesn't matter. It seriously doesn't matter. Thumbnails, no, it's within here. Like clickbait, that doesn't matter because they just want probably attention too sometimes. If people are doing YouTube, what they have to do. Do you guys know how YouTubers make money though? I've been kind of saying this. There's like no money from ads actually. We literally make no... depends on like what kind of channel you have. But on my channel though, I get about like $20 each day actually from my channel. Like ad revenue. But that's basically what that is. If I do a stream, I get $20. So sponsors, yes. Only sponsors, like YouTubers get money from sponsors mostly now. YouTubers don't make money from views anymore. It's not really a thing, like, unless you're Mr. Beast. Even if like your like videos are insanely long, you still don't get that much money from like ad revenue. So what do? What do they do? Sponsors, yes. So like if you are ever curious if a YouTube channel is all about money or not, you click on description and then you can kind of tell. Yeah. So, merch is like one of the things too. Or like how many sponsors do you see in a video and stuff too, basically. And I'm not saying like doing YouTube for money is a bad thing though, by the way. It's definitely not a bad thing because again, like there's like a, this thing where you want to do YouTube full time, you have to make money, right? Emo, thank you. Sponsor merch thing. Yeah, you got it right. Ad revenue is basically nothing. That's what you have to know. So like, did you guys notice that clickbait is not really a thing anymore, by the way? Did you guys notice it, by the way? Like, so clickbait, like that thing is like, was a thing in 2022, yes. That thing is never a thing. Do you know why though? Because if they want to generate money, clickbait strategies won't work anymore. Because clickbait is basically like, they want you to click on a video, but like the content is entirely different, right? No, if they want to make money, they want you to keep watching the video. They want this like a viewer retention thing. They want that more than anything, right? Mr. Beast kind of keeps talking about it too. So what you need is like what YouTubers need right now is we want you guys to keep watching, like by doing anything. So what's happening now is people doing crazy things, right? That's why there's like Johnny Somali. That's why there's like that YouTuber streamer doing crazy things, causing problems. It was never a thing before because like they didn't have to do it before, right? I mean, they kind of did it before too, but now you have to do it now because viewer retention rate, that thing is more important than anything else because clickbait doesn't work anymore.
Like Mr. Beast called him out in a now deleted and somewhat childish outburst, saying, "So I ruined YouTube because I didn't buy a mansion and a sports car. I inspired kids to help people." Oh, he says that out loud. And yet, literally last month, it was revealed he did have a sports car because he got done for speeding in it.
I'm sorry. I don't know if I can laugh at this one, but I just think this whole thing is hilarious. This thing is hilarious. If I give you $300, YouTube shouldn't be taking $100 of it. If you mean like if you give me donations, like here, I get like 60%. So if you give me $300, YouTube will take $100. But I don't want to say it because it might make me sound like I'm just doing YouTube to like generate money. But there's like that thing in the description called Streamlabs. If you use that thing though, I get the money without any cuts, so I can use it for like stream purposes. But if I say it now, it kind of sounds like I'm saying like, "Oh, everybody, give me money, bro! Give me money, bro, so I can buy Robux and I can buy all the Pokemon cards out there." So that's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying like it's just a waste. I'm sorry. You don't have to do it, okay? Don't actually. You know what? Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, don't do it. Don't do it. Because now I just sounded like I was like promoting it to make more money. I'm not saying that here. I'm just saying like that way, actually YouTube won't get any fees from the donations. But don't do it because if you do it now, it really makes me sound like I'm doing that to generate money. So don't do it now, okay?
Complete with a
It's not reverse psychology. It's dude, no. I literally just read a comment and I just freaking answered like the question. It was not even a question. It was not even a question, okay? I mean, he just said something and I just answered the comment and then that just made me sound like I was like doing it to generate money. But like, you know what then? Let's just ignore this.
Nice clean-shaven mugshot to match. In an also now deleted video where he bought a BMW i8, a $100,000 car.
So I guess I'll show you guys the inside.
Which I think fits the definition of a sports car. Allegedly, he drove it 122 miles per hour in a 70 mile per hour zone. And look, granted, he was a young man, he's come a long way since, and we all make mistakes. I myself have got a speeding ticket or two. Not for doing 122 miles per hour, but I don't think my K car could do that speed if I pushed it off a cliff. But that reply of his always stuck with me. Right there, it was the story of how Mr. Beast kind of sees himself. And as somebody who did charity fundraising myself this year, you know, cycling for 2 weeks, raising $1 million.
Thank you, Sendaki. I'm not falling for reverse psychology. Thank you so much for the donation. But so let me talk about my stance for YouTube. Do you guys know why I do YouTube, by the way? I just have to make sure about my stance here, okay? I want to make clear. I want to make this thing clear about how I see YouTube. Do you guys know why I do YouTube? Money? Not really, because I do have a job. For money, fuck. Now I'm like money too, fuck. YouTube is easy to upload to. No, because MySpace was deleted, yes. Money, dude, can I just freaking like show you guys like how much money I've made, like actually, so like you guys will be so disappointed by like how much money I made from YouTube. You like attention kind of, but like so when I was a kid, so I'm gonna talk about everything, okay? When I was a kid, I wanted the world to be like kind of peaceful because I don't like to fight. I don't like to argue with people. I just don't like that, right? So I wanted to kind of like make the world peaceful. I talked about it in a different video too. Like I've been talking about this everywhere. So I wanted everybody to just like chill and like talk to each other, just talking about pee pee poo poo, pussy, vagina, right? But it doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. Everybody wants to fight. Everybody wants to do this. So I kind of decided to make my own community. And in that community, I can talk about pee pee poo poo and I can be peaceful, right? That was basically the beginning of it too, actually. So that's kind of why I do stupid things everywhere. And I just do whatever. And I've been spamming all those like membership streams every day too, to kind of talk to my viewers there. Because that way, it kind of feels like I'm living in this world where things are kind of peaceful and chill, right? You know what I mean? So I make videos to get noticed by people, and I stream to talk to some of you guys out there. Then I do membership streams now. I have that thing now to actually feel like I'm in a call with like some of you guys out there. That's kind of how I see it. So the money part, I don't think that's important, dude. You guys know I don't do sponsorship videos, right? So, but yeah, the money part is not really that important for me because like again, I have a job and my job is like actually where I make money, right? Because that's what I do. Like YouTube channel, my YouTube channel is like where I talk about pee pee poo poo and be dumb. And if I'm tired of it, I just play something else. Like I might play Tetris or something. But that's really how it is. Do you membership now though? Yeah, I mean, so like membership stuff was actually a great surprise. So I didn't want to do memberships for a while because now like it kind of makes me feel like I'm being a sellout, right? But I'm kind of happy that I started doing memberships because in membership streams, there are like about 40 people like in each stream. But I kind of feel like the community there is like a lot closer actually. Everybody's an adult there. We actually do a lot of like Discord streams too. And it really feels like, you know, it's a really chill place where I can just start the stream anytime to just talk to my viewers. So I'm kind of happy I just decided to do that actually. It was an upgrade for me. I don't still like regret anything about it. Like any stuff about it, yeah.
$1 million. I think it's great that you can use charity as a sort of shield. The next time somebody criticises me or my videos or anything about me, my hair, I could be like, fuck you, I cycled on a bicycle for 2 weeks, I raised $1 million for charity, I inspired kids. Oh, he says that out loud. Now, a few weeks ago, I had a rant about this on a stream after I drank a little bit too much caffeine. And now people have heard the story of how I became Logan Paul's PR man. Hopefully people understand why I had that rant, both here and there. It sort of went viral online on YouTube and Twitter and a few places. And it was quite interesting seeing the response. I also felt quite exposed.
Anyone who thinks Mr. Beast is about anything other than making himself the richest YouTuber in the world has missed something. YouTubers Chris Broad and C-Dog VA call out Mr. Beast and his manager. Yeah, Chris freaking hates his manager, right? Emo, thank you. It feels like a mad coffee. But instead of made, it is Cringe King Sora. Yes, thank you so much for the donation. Oh, made coffee. I thought you said mad coffee. Someone please translate. It just means we play Fortnite and it's fun.
Because, you know, it's easier just to say nothing on these sort of matters. Keep your head down, like most people. Even doing this video now, very stupid of me. This video will open myself up to more scrutiny than I would have otherwise had. I had a few people sort of distance themselves from me, which is fair enough. He's a powerful guy, old Mr. Beast, and entire companies are built around him. You know, people don't want to burn that bridge. I also witnessed some comments saying the Logan Paul thing was 6 years ago, the Forest incident, it's in the past. We have to forgive, we have to forget. Time to move on. And I agree if somebody...
I actually do agree with that too, by the way. I'm gonna talk about my stance here too. I don't know, man. Bro, your English has improved like 1,000%. I still don't think I've changed, though. I still think I've been sounding the same, but yeah, either way. But I got definitely more comfortable like talking to my camera here because it felt kind of weird before. Because like, dude, like, you know what I mean? Talking to yourself like through a camera is like, it's a weird concept. You basically like talk to yourself, right? But I got comfortable doing that now. But either way, so I still kind of do believe too, like how maybe Logan Paul should be kind of forgiven too, because he apologized too. So I don't really hate Logan Paul. The only case where I just go like, if this guy is like Johnny Somali, because like that dude is like, I don't think he learned. I think Logan Paul kind of learned. So in this case, I kind of feel like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't even like say like Logan Paul sucks. But either way, but that's just what I think.
He shows remorse for their actions and learns from it and moves on, then he should be able to forgive them, even for something perhaps as bad as all the stuff he did in Japan. Yeah. But type Logan Paul's name in online and the headlines aren't exactly a source of inspiration. It's never too late to turn it round, of course. Last year I made a video on 2 influencers who were kind of the spiritual successors to Logan Paul, who came to Japan and did some really fucking stupid things. One of them didn't learn from his errors and is now in a South.
So I was talking about this, by the way, in a different video. So Johnny Somali is like somebody everybody knows, like on YouTube, right? But I recently figured out that a lot of like Japanese people that are in Japan don't even know who that is actually. If they watch YouTube a lot, and if they are into like, you know, foreign dramas and stuff too, then they seem to know about who Johnny Somali is. But then recently, I did some research about this. Yeah, he's not like that well known in Japan, and I didn't know about this. I really felt like everybody knows about this dude in Japan, but the reality is Japanese people care about the news, like, about Japanese people more than anything. So yeah, that's kind of what I have to say. Because a lot of you guys freaking say like, oh my gosh, Johnny Somali ruined Japan. Now Japanese people hate us foreigners. Now I feel like I cannot go to Japan. And the reality is like a lot of people in Japan don't even know who that is actually. Like, sure, maybe like 20% of the population might know who that is, but you'll encounter a lot of like people in Japan that say like, wait, who the fuck is Johnny Somali? That's a thing, yeah. So, let's say Japan doesn't care about him. Maybe? It's more that, like, there are just so many people who do this kind of stuff too. So, 20% is still high. Yeah, I know. But what I wanted to say is, there are so many people who say, like, oh yeah, what do Japanese people think about foreigners now? Like, are we hated because Logan Paul? My answer is, no, I don't think so. Maybe some people just hate foreigners now, but like it's not how it is what I have to say. If you talk to like actual people, like, you know, in Japan, again, I've talked to some Japanese people, and like a lot of people like don't even care actually, is what I figured out. He came to Japan and messed with Japan, but the Japanese still doesn't recognize Somali. Let me tell you something. So like, yeah, he got some attention, but do you know what Japanese people care about? The actual like nuisance streamers that's like been in Japan forever. I'm talking about Japanese streamers, because I've been talking about this, and I'm still like surprised by how you guys don't know about this dude. Do you guys know this guy called Hezma Ryu, who doxed a child for views, who stalked a child for views? He got arrested because he freaking stole something, and then after that he still stalked all the YouTubers and doxed all the YouTubers. Do you know about this dude? No, right? That thing is more shocking to me actually. Like, why? How come do you guys not know about this dude, right? I've been talking about this. It's more shocking to me. So like people in Japan kind of care about Hezma. Hezma's freaking everywhere, like on TV, on the news. It's like, of course, yeah, right. Like Johnny Somali caused problems and stuff too, but he was just more like obnoxious, right? Was he a criminal? Maybe, yeah, right. So of course, some people hate Johnny Somali too. Some Japanese people hate Johnny Somali, but there are like bigger problems in Japan. Is Hezma still streaming? No, so now Hezma is like trying to change his character, trying to play this like a holy, sacred dude who's like now a great person. He is now in Nara, basically attacking foreigners like who want to like cause problems, which is, I guess, a good thing too. But what he's doing is like, if you, as a foreigner, like, you know, let's say punch like deer and stuff, then Hezma shows up and Hezma starts filming you and then go like, what the fuck you doing, bro? You suck. Go back to your country, bro. Which is kind of justified as well. So like some people now support Hezma. But I don't know, man. I just still know what he did before. So I know he's like trying to be a great person by kind of like suppressing those like nuisance streamers and whatever. But I don't really know, man. Anyways, thank you so much for the donation. Seyon. But that's basically what's happening. Has he built some wells? No, he will eventually. But that's what I have to say. I just wanted to say that, yeah, right, Johnny Somali did things. So, like, how come, like, not everybody in Japan knows about him? Because, again, like, there are some cases, like, Hezma. But, again, I have to tell you, I'm not going to say a lot of it. Some people know about Johnny Somali. And more, thank you. I think the guy who licked the Sushiro Shoyu bottle is more famous than somebody. Yeah, 100%. Oh, do you guys know about that case too? Like where a kid licked this like a soy sauce bottle and like he basically got canceled like so hard he got hate in Japan. I think you know about that case. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Let me take a poll here. Do you guys know the kid who licked this like soy sauce bottle in a sushi restaurant, and he changed the Japanese like economy by himself? So there's like that case too. So you know, it's like 50-50, right? Then if I ask you guys if you know Johnny Somali or not, maybe like 90% of the population here would say yes. But that's kind of like how it is, right? And thank you, Pratosaurus Rex. I'm going to Japan in May. Not worried about Somali-based hate. The guy has never been told no and needs prison time. Thank you so much for the donation. I've been kind of saying this. If you ever want to come to Japan, you don't really have to worry about like, you know, what he's done and what Japanese people think about foreigners. I've been saying this. Nobody really cares, really. And like, there are so many foreigners, like actually, that live in Japan. Even on my channel, you can ask them. They don't really get treated like shit most of the time. Like, you know, there's like this guy called Lars. Lars, dude, he's been in Japan forever. Yeah, he actually like tells stories of like how he's been going to places like in Japan, and he makes like he has a lot of Japanese friends here. You can like ask him too, or like Raffles. I think she's called Quackles now. She's a Russian lady. She's been in Japan, who's been in Japan forever. She can tell you like stories too. I don't really think you get punched in the face just because you're a foreigner. But yeah, really. Anyways.
Korean jail. And the other guy, who rode a bullet train without paying, went back home to Cyprus to become a member of parliament in the EU. Yes, it seems Phidias, the man who treated Japanese infrastructure like his personal Disneyland fast pass, is now the Che Guevara of Cyprus. But whether I like it or not, and I definitely don't, this drama crap matters, because when I run into a friend, family, viewer, the first question they always ask is, oh, what do you think about that drama?
You know, like that train dude, that video is like entirely fake. That's just kind of like my impression. There are like so many moments where things are so fake, so I kind of still think he faked his video for views. But yeah, I think it is more an issue for foreigners that look more like Johnny. like actually looking more like Johnny Somali. Like trying to be like him, so like you look like Johnny Somali, like having the same hair and stuff too. Like, is it what you mean? I don't know. Isn't it called fashion at that point if you try to look like him? I don't really know.
YouTube. What do you think about Mr. Beast's mouldy lump?
I like my cheese drippy, bro.
What do you think about Hawk Tour coin?
Give him that hawk.
What did you think of Logan Paul's brother fighting a crippled pensioner and acting like it was somehow a victory for the ages? The influencers.
A lot of people in Japan just seemed nervous that I'd talk to them. It's just like in the US, when you encounter someone that speaks a language you are not very or totally unfamiliar with. So let me talk about this too, just in case. It has nothing to do with the video, but Japanese people are shy as fuck, okay? So if you are like from the West, especially if you're from America, or even India actually, it's very normal to talk to random people and say like, hey, how's it going? Oh, I'm just doing this, or I'm just buying this. It's very normal. It's never a thing in Japan. If you do it, people will think that you're weird as fuck, okay? Because we don't talk to strangers. So if you ever come to Japan, assume that everybody's a shy, you know, anime girl who doesn't want to be noticed by senpai. Like, then you can kind of like deal with things well. Because some of you guys come to Japan, act like people are the same in Japan as well. So you guys talk to like Japanese people and they just go like, I don't talk to you. And then you guys go like, oh, Japanese people hate foreigners now. Fuck them. I've seen so many cases like that. But it's not really that. Japanese people don't talk to any people. Like, Japanese people don't talk to strangers. Like, at all. In our culture, it's all about being quiet. So, if you ever encounter any situations like that, just make yourself think that all the people here in Japan are all anime girls who don't want to be noticed by senpais, okay? You got it, everybody?
As we see, the drama that unfolds, it all matters because that is how people perceive YouTube in the modern era. And this week's most notable controversy is a good example of that, with Hawk Tour Girl selling her audience an incredible new cryptocurrency that hit a market cap of $500 million and which crashed shortly thereafter, losing 95% of its value and leaving thousands of her viewers out of pocket. What makes it crazy is how she condensed the 5-year lifespan of a modern influencer into just like 2 or 3 months. Step 1, have a viral moment. Step 2, have a podcast. Step 3, unleash a cryptocurrency, which quickly goes wrong.
Let's go. Is it why everybody's like freaking trying to be a YouTuber now? But trying to like get the fame so they can get money? Fuck, like is it basically what the world is like now? Which is interesting. I don't really mind it, by the way. Wait, you know what though? Should I just like scam my fans somehow? Wait, what can I do to scam you guys? Like, can I just like sell like free anime or something? Wait, can you guys actually tell me like how to scam you guys? Dude, we gotta think about this, yo. Let's think about this, everybody. How do I scam you guys here? Sora coin? I don't think it's gonna work. What can I do actually? Sell your armpit pics. Sure, why not? I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it. Sora coin. Sell your OnlyFans. Nah, you know what? Sell your bathwater. No, that's actually me selling things. I want to scam. Make a plush. That's actually me selling things. That's not scamming. OnlyFans. That's not scamming. That's like me actually selling things. Cringe coin, fart coin. Sell your underwear. Okay, so any coin related stuff, it's like what I have to do to scam you guys. Okay, I learned something. Sell your saliva. Again, I'm selling something in that way. It's not scam. It's not a scam, right? But I learned I just have to basically do like whatever cringe coins. That's the way to scam you guys for me. I learned something there. Thank you, Emo. Join Logan's company first. His team is best for this thing. I know his team is basically just all the people like that work for Logan Paul. Like I think everybody was like a former like criminal or something. I don't really know, but that's what I heard. Anyways.
And you know, it can be easy to mock the people that bought the coins from this cryptocurrency, right? It shouldn't take a Harvard scholar to work out this isn't somebody who should be masterminding a fucking currency. But the really sad thing is her viewership trusted her. And whatever you think of those viewers, it's kind of sad, really. Now, when my initial rant got picked up on stream a few weeks ago, it was sort of misconstrued. People thought my argument was making money is bad, or making money is bad as an influencer.
I don't really think Chris said this, but let me actually make sure about this, everybody. A lot of people still think that making money is bad on YouTube, okay? It's not really a bad thing. Like, you have to know about this. It's all about, like, how you make money, okay? Like, that's the bad part. Like seriously, there's like nothing wrong with like doing sponsors. There's like nothing wrong with like making long videos and like trying to, you know, generate ad revenue. There's like nothing wrong with like selling merch. There's like nothing wrong with selling your panties. There's like nothing wrong with like selling your underwear if you want to make money off of it. If it's just like way too desperate and if you are actually taking advantage of like the whole thing, then that's like bad, okay? So some of you guys like even say that too, like, oh, I hate this guy because this guy makes much money. I just wanted you to know that it's all about how they make money, okay? Yeah, it's like more important, is what I think. So, how rich is Mr. Beast? He's really, really rich, is what I have to say. Like at least 1 million times like richer than me, and I'm not even trolling.
Which simply isn't the case. And if it was the argument I was making, it would be very hypocritical as somebody who's done sponsor segments myself. If I hadn't said yes to a few sponsors, I couldn't have built this epic studio. I couldn't have hired a team to create Japan's largest travel series, Journey Across Japan. We had 63 episodes, and only one of them had a sponsor segment in. Very proud of that. And I could...
Cup Low, thank you. Have you got married yet? Am I married? No.
Only one of episodes. The only.
Do they have sex?
One of.
Do they have sex? Yes. Chris, do you have sex? Do you have... I really feel like this part is gonna get clipped and like I feel like some of you guys will send it to Chris. I'm not gonna do it.
Of them had a sponsor segment in. Very proud of that. And I couldn't have spent 6 weeks in autumn producing a documentary about a Japanese town that tragically got
What is this part?
completely destroyed in an earthquake. Please
Oh, fuck. It's like Tohoku, Northeast.
watch the documentary if you see it come up next week on YouTube. It's far more important to me than this. But the argument I hope to make wasn't a controversial one. It's making money with principles matters and partnering with people that don't mock the...
Thank you, 5150 hold. It's simple. Don't be Jack Doherty or Logan Paul. Yeah, don't be Jack Doherty. Basically, that's kind of like what that is too. But I think the easiest way to put it is here. Like, if you are doing that and if you're making people sad with it, then that's like when you have to know, like, oh, that's bad, right? Oh, and by the way, if there are any people like that are young as in like a teenagers here, like if you are in school, let me tell you something. Like there's like this one thing you have to remember. Sometimes like you wonder, like, wait, am I doing something good? Am I doing something bad? I want you to actually think about this. You can literally do whatever, right? You can do whatever and think about yourself. Like, so if I do this, would people get sad because of like my actions? Would people get sad because I say this? Would people get like depressed if I do this? If the answer is yes, don't do it. If the answer is no, you can literally do that. Like, let's say you can watch anime 24/7. That's not a bad thing. You can sim for VTubers. That's not a bad thing. You can donate $1 million to like your favorite VTuber girl if you want to do that. Just ask yourself and go like, am I making people sad with this? Am I making people angry with this? If the answer is no, yeah, just go ahead and do it. That's kind of how I see it too. And that's kind of like what I want to do on my channel too. I kind of think about it like, would I make people sad with this, mad with this, or depressed with this? But as a YouTuber though, it's impossible to please everybody, right? Sometimes like there's like this situation where 90% of the people are happy, but then 10% of the people get just go like, why Sora? Why did you say Naruto's bad? That's kind of like a thing too. But yeah, I just wanted to tell you, like, that's like a great way to, you know, spend some time in your life too.
The dead in a forest matters, and if the people at the top of this platform with unimaginable reach don't have a good moral compass to guide them, then we all lose for it, particularly the next generation growing up watching this, especially if they're raised on a diet of lunchly. My message this Christmas is simple. Choose very carefully who you watch on YouTube.
Thank you, Mo. I'm a kindergartner entrepreneur. Buy my coin. Thank you so much for the donation.
On social media in general, because where your views go really matters. It is an endorsement of that channel, of those people. Obviously, don't watch me, I'm too grumpy.
Fuck, you know what? I wanted to make this stream public so like everybody knows what happened to me. The police story though, but now Chris kind of said it, so I'm gonna just make this stream unlisted. Fuck.
I swear too much. I only let my imaginary children watch 2 YouTube channels. Number 1, Captain Disillusion, and number
everybody, go watch Chris Broad after this stream. Remember, go watch Chris Broad, okay? I mean, to be fair though, he's freaking well known. I'm pretty sure like a lot of you guys like already watch him too. So
2 reruns of.
Did he cuss? No. He just kind of talked about like views and whatever, and I kind of felt bad about it because I'm just kind of like watching him here. And then if I make this stream public after that, like it will probably make me look like I'm trying to leech and trying to generate views using his content, and I don't want to really do that. So I kind of wanted to make this stream public because I talked about the police situation, which I wanted you guys to know about. But I will probably just make this stream unlisted as usual because, yeah.
Tom Scott. Please, Tom, come back. It's been too long. And this Christmas, when millions of people sit down to watch Mr. Beast hosting a game show on Amazon with thousands of contestants jumping around carefully choreographed explosions in a field, hoping to be noticed by Senpai, why not put on Home Alone instead? It'll probably be a lot more entertaining.
On Christmas, I will probably go to Tokyo too. I will do Tokyo streams 2 days in a row on the 24th and on the 25th too. So, yeah, if you guys are ever interested in what Christmas Eve or like Christmas is like, I will do that too. And I'm thinking about going to the Lavaltille town again on the 24th or 25th because Christmas is typically for not families, it's for couples, so they have sex. And it's hilarious too.
And there's no risk of running into Logan Paul along the way as well. Thanks as always for putting up with me, guys. And as I said, there's some great videos coming out in
You
the next
did that
few
last
weeks.
year, yeah. So if it's like an annual event kind of thing, it's like what everybody wants me to do usually.
Have a good Christmas. And as it is the holiday season, of course, time for me to go and collect my KFC Christmas bucket. See you around.
Alright, so that's basically it. And I wanted to keep this stream public because I kind of talked about my police situation where I got a phone call from the police and I had to deal with the actual like police officers and stuff too. But just because I kind of did react to Chris Broad and talked about some certain things, I will probably make this stream unlisted as usual. Unlisted means like you can still watch it if you keep the link, but it's not gonna show up like on my channel. You cannot like search it or anything. So if you want to rewatch the stream, just keep the link and just you can watch this stream anytime, or just put it in your playlist, or you can like the stream. You don't have to, by the way. I'm not saying like, who like the stream. You can like the stream, and there's like this thing called the videos you've liked on your account. So you can check that thing, and you can check my stream too. But I'm not saying like you're gonna like my stream or anything. I'm literally not saying that. Okay, I'm just giving you options. But the easiest way is to just keep the link. Anyway, so I'm gonna just read the comments for 4 minutes until 11:30, and then after that, I'm gonna end the stream, and I will probably do a membership stream for 1 hour. Okay, let me just read the comments for 3 minutes, and then in 4 minutes, I'll do this thing, and then I'm gonna do a membership stream. And then, also this too. I did a collab with Dogen, so this is the thumbnail. Isn't it freaking fire? The video is gonna be called "This American YouTuber in Japan's Actually Insane." I'm gonna upload it in 11 hours from now. It's basically me talking about Dogen, and I interviewed Dogen. I asked him like 10 questions. It's kind of like a meme video, but at the same time, you can learn a lot about Dogen too. So this is gonna be on my channel tomorrow too. Anyways, let me just read the comments for 10 minutes. Not 10 minutes, 3 minutes. Starting in 3, 2, 1. You Takashi the Dogen, kind of, yeah. But in my style, like I didn't copy Takashi 100%. Next stream, probably in 4 days. I want to go to... Dude, I know I did this stream like so many times, but I want to go to like this like haunted park in Tokyo, and I realized that's literally a fuck park too, like where people like literally freaking visit to like have sex. It's the most famous sex park. Yeah, I know I've done freaking so many streams. There's another one called Toyama Park, but Toyama Park is apparently the most haunted place because of like Unit 731, right? It's where things happen with Unit 731. But now it's a freaking sex park. So there's like this one website where people just like leave things, like comments and stuff. So they basically look for a fuck partner. Yeah, that park is used a lot, frequently. And Sasori, thank you. What is Kokoro barrier free thing? I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know what that is. But thank you so much for the donation either way. Visiting Osaka, I did that already. 新曲じゃない、ずっと前からあるよ。新曲ね、作ってないからね。これは2021年作ったかな。Millennium Mic. I kind of did that recently. Oh, you mean this part? Oh. How old are you? 32. Yeah, Unit 731's place is basically like that park. Yes. We went there before, but we haven't been there at night. But that's a famous fuck park now. Suddenly, I don't know what happened. Didn't I go there? What did Chris do? Chris didn't do anything. American Base, I went there already though, on stream. Twice, 3 times. Devil's Kitchen, I don't know what that is. Try Lunchable. I'm not in America, so I cannot get that here in Japan. And a Titan D. Thank you so much for the gifts too. And whoever... So, I do a lot of like membership streams more than anything. So if you just got a membership gift, you'll probably get spams from my channel too, so be careful. He puts out like bangers all the time. I really like what he does. Like his videos are always amazing. Like all high quality too. I don't know how he does it, but Alright, so that's the stream. That's it for the stream. So I will see you guys probably in... No, I will see you guys tomorrow in the video. And I'm gonna do a stream about the Fuck Park thing, like where the Unit 731 thing happened as well, if you guys know the history. And members, I will do a membership stream in probably 30 minutes. Might do it early, actually. I wanted to do a membership stream for like 1 hour. So I'll see you guys later. What time? Probably within 30 minutes. Within 30 minutes. I just wanted to take a shower and like do this and that. And I wanted to do a short membership stream. And I just wanted to talk about some certain things, I guess. But yeah, bye bye everybody.